On Tuesday of this week, Donald Trump's lawyers basically filed a last-ditch effort to avoid the upcoming trial in the Eugene Carroll assault and defamation case. The last-ditch effort was his lawyers filing a motion for summary judgment, which basically means that the judge overseeing the case and not a potential jury would just go ahead, look at all the evidence that's already been presented, and make a ruling. Guilty, not guilty, liable, not liable. And then it'd be over. And of course, if that were to happen, that probably would have worked out in Trump's favor. But Judge Lewis Kaplan said no. In fact, Judge Lewis Kaplan said a lot more than no in a 22-page ruling smacking down this idiotic attempt to avoid a jury trial. Let me just read you some of the stuff that Kaplan put in this response. The contrast between Mr. Trump's assertions in his Carroll answer and his October 12th statement show that a reasonable juror could find that his statements had a different effect on a reader than his denials and affirmative defense in his answer. The court need not and does not now decide the ultimate issue of whether Mr. Trump's statement is or is not a fair and true statement. It suffices for the purpose of denying summary judgment that a reasonable jury could find so as a matter of fact. For the foregoing reasons, Mr. Trump's motion for partial summary judgment is denied. So, to break that down, get all the legalese out of there, the judge is saying, listen, if you're telling me that everything this woman has said is false, then there is no reason why you wouldn't be able to make the same case to a jury and convince them to come to that decision. Likewise, if Ms. Carroll is telling the truth and is able to prove it, there is no reason why a reasonable jury, wouldn't be able to come to that conclusion. In short, stop trying to cut out the central heart of the justice system and let it play out. If you're innocent, make your case. That's how the justice system works. And that's what bugs the hell out of me about all of these angry Trumpers, including those in the House of Representatives that are colluding with Trump to, basically take down Alvin Bragg. Let the system play itself out. If he's guilty and they can prove it and the jury finds it that way, then that's the way it is. That's how our justice system is supposed to work. If he's not guilty as he claims, then he is able to go to court, prove this, and walk away a free man and prove us all wrong. But if you take away that opportunity, there's always going to be that big giant question mark. Did he actually do it? Did he not do it? We won't know because we don't get the jury trial. But that is exactly what Donald Trump wanted, especially with this Eugene Carroll case, probably more than any other lawsuit he's facing. As I've said repeatedly, this to me has always been the big one. Because if he's found, guilty / liable, however the decision would be, because it's not a criminal trial, it's just a civil trial, it would mean that the plaintiff proved he assaulted her. That's what this case means. That's why this is so important, and that is why the ruling itself could be so damaging to Trump. So if they had gotten the summary judgment, even if the judge sided with the plaintiff and said she wins, Trump could still go out there and say, well, it wasn't a real jury trial. This was a partisan judge doing partisan things, blah, 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 blah. That's why he wanted it, because no matter how the judge would have ruled, he would have claimed victory. But he doesn't get that opportunity. He has to face the jury, and if he's innocent, show him you're innocent. Let's move on, right? But let's not try to circumvent the actual justice system here in the United States just because you want to use whatever the judge would have said to raise a little more money from the gullible rubes who buy all your merchandise and will do anything for you. They're going to believe you no matter what. But the rest of the country, the moderates, the independents out there who are trying to figure out who to vote for in 2024, this case matters to them. So let's let them hear all the facts. Hey everyone, this is Aspen. And did you know that for the low cost of $0 per day, you can subscribe to the Fair and Balanced YouTube channel, We also encourage you to like, comment, and share, but again, click that subscribe button and help Aspen not be so grumpy.